It's time for a little Funky Friday. From their funky hidden headquarters, your hosts, Keith and Gary.
Oh, we have Gary.
Oh, hi, guys. Hi, guys. We're live.
Yeah.
Gary's a little blue today because of the lighting, I guess. But how are you doing? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Gary?
How you doing, Gary?
Well, we're doing.
I'm in one of the levels of hell.
Which level is that? Is that the one that's timeshare or more of a balanced kind of, once in a while there's a cupcake and then you realize it's Frank's Red Hot?
It's just one of those things where you're just displaced.
Yeah, moving.
I don't know how good this microphone is. I'm using the Logitech one.
You sound great. You actually sound like you're coming live from hell, so it kind of balances out.
Where's Keith?
I'm right here.
The other Keith.
I don't know. But since we're getting into it, hey, Zax. Hey, Tim Possible. Wait for more people to pop in. But I thought we would just... Hi, Kaylee. I saw Kaylee, too. Yeah, I'm very honored when she shows up. But bam, you guys have heard about this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This man was like saying that they're like all normal mainstream comic artists are being targeted for their like way they draw women, but manga's not being touched because it's full of misogyny and sexualization of women. And I'm sitting there going, you created Power Girl. There's literally a statue in anime form and normal form. They look exactly the same except cute pose difference. Like,
yeah,
I keep telling people, you know, no matter how cool you think some of your comic creators are, until you've heard them speak out early on, odds are they're quiet because they're woke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I find it hilarious at the same time because I'm like, you're the man who helped co-create the Punisher, right?
Yes, he did.
That man has killed more people, and I've seen what he looks like in the swimsuit edition, wearing nothing but a skull around his crotch. Like,
Yeah, a little bit of irony there. Rampant violence in, large-breasted women. And
sorry, I'm covering up your face while you say large-breasted women. I don't want you salivating on the screen.
Wipe my mouth. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, there you go. But as we're getting into it, Power Girl co-creator Jerry Conway, this comes from Bounty into Comics, and this is Spencer bringing it to us. Thank you, Spencer. Wants to see manga creators taken to task for the rampant sexism and misogyny. I think what he's trying to say is they keep taking us off the bookshelves and giving us smaller and smaller spaces for graphic novels. Well, then, you know what? Make better content. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. That's just it. You know, I mean, all they have to do is go into the local comic shop, grab a handful of, just grab random comics. You don't have to like be choosy. And it's, let's say you get 20 of them, 18 are going to be just awful. Just awful. It's their own fault. They've taken their industry and driven it straight into the ground. And now they're looking for a cop out. They're looking for excuses that, manga's taking over the shelf. No. Manga's taking over the shelf because that's what people want to read. They don't want to read the trash coming out of the big two anymore.
That's true. And like I understand there might be some artists and some writers that might be in that sort of predicament where they have to do it because that's what they're told to. They might not like it. But guess what? If you don't like it, you don't get to attack another type of media because it is not up to your standards. And it sucks.
Well, I mean, you see them going after the comics gate people too because they're independent and they want to do their own thing instead of climbing on board with the message and the narrative. So it's just a giant cop out. And you're right. A lot of the artists and writers have to go with what's mandated by the, whatever comes out of the boardroom when they go to these, retreats, those writers' retreats or whatever, and they plan out the whole year in advance. And
it's really funny though because who was it earlier that with the Campbell and the Spider-Man stuff? And how he had decided to burn one bridge, and then he goes, "Oh crap! I'm not totally right. I listened to one side of a coin, and then he's burning the other bridge at the same time." And I'm still going, "I hope you invest in or drew yourself a life preserver. It's going to be a fall drop." And I understand it's very hard to ride the waves of fans, and what you're trying to see which ones are legit fans and which are the fans that are just trying to cause drama. And you can't always win, but before you lash out, before you put a public statement out, it's not that hard to do research, in my opinion. And with Power Girl, honestly, manga is doing well for 3 reasons, in my opinion: great art, great characters, and story. They don't care about the politics. They're trying to show how a character with an anti-hero, anti-villain, reluctant hero, reluctant, you know what I mean? All those different tropes that they have out there, they're trying to prove one thing.
Yeah.
This character will either make it or fail, or the hero we think is the hero is not actually the hero. And that's the way most stories go. Or it's even about cooking. Like, I love that cooking one. I can't remember the name. Food Wars. Food Wars is amazing. You
Yeah.
have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Actually, I have a friend who does one like that too. It's called Food Fight. Independent comic Food Fight. Yeah.
Really?
But yeah. He's out of here at Connecticut. Matt Ryan. Great guy. But yeah, I totally agree that I can't argue with anything you just said. And J. Scott Campbell, I think, he's unaware of what's going on. Clearly, he was unaware. And I think you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Because the first thing he did after he made that kind of jokey response and fixed the artwork on the Fixer, is then he went on YouTube and started watching people like Az and Anna and all those. And he tweeted out, "Oh, watch these videos. They're great." And then the very next day put out that statement, which was clearly given to him by his corporate overlords to do. And instead of using his own critical thinking skills and developing his own opinion of what he had seen and heard, he just, basically
jumped the gun.
Well, and put his name on that corporate. I mean, they wrote that for him, a lot of it, you can tell. And then it backfired because he got all the backlash from his fans, me being one of them. And then tried to apologize back for that. And I think he's caught in between the two worlds, like you said. And don't be surprised now if his own industry cancels him and gets rid of him, and he's going to be going on to, Indiegogo or whatnot and making his own stuff, because that's the way things are going these days.
I want to give a quick shout out to the people who have showed up. I know more going to come in, lady, but I see you, Kaylee. Thank you for always dropping by with that beautiful smile. Even if we don't see it, we know it's always there. Zach7, thank you for being here. Tim Possible, hello, sir. And no, there is no more cupcakes. They are been sat on. Pat S, I see you as well. Pop Culture Minefield is laughing out loud. We have Stream Elements bot. I
was laughing at the fact that he said great panel.
Oh, wow. There goes my self-esteem within 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it's been great, guys. I'm out.
I'm out, bitches. I'm out.
I'm not even sure how long I'm going to be here because I'm on my mobile tether.
Oh, okay. Then I'll read quick then. And this is how Spencer puts it. The Western comic book industry has officially begun to turn its sights on the Japanese entertainment industry. Boo-hoo, you're not going to win. As Power Girl co-creator Jerry Conway declared that he wants the manga industry taken to task for their blah, 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 blah. I'm not reading that because I'm tired of reading those 2 words. On May 11th, he presumably prompted by a recent situation surrounding Scott Campbell's response to a Tumblr art's fixing, because it wasn't fixing. And then I remember what happened. He criticized that work because the body wasn't drawn correctly. He showed how it was done. Conway took his Twitter bafflingly to assert that American comic book artists are taking deservedly to task regularly for outrageous sexist treatment of women. You do it to men too. It's both.
I know.
You do it evenly.
You notice how they leave that out, that they like hypersexualize men in these comic books too, but they leave that out.
Yeah, I do. It's like, it's really weird. It's really weird that they just can't push on and just be like, hey, that's cool. Maybe I should start doing my style or work with a manga artist, or branch out, rather than go like, that's the next target. That's what it feels like. He's trying to raise pitchforks and go after something else and playing victim at the same time. It's victim culture, and I don't like it. Like, if you're not doing something right, or your product now is not doing well, this is on you, not on another industry. They're not taking away from you. The reason why they're taking away any sort of income is because their product isn't changing to the bent knee masses, and that's why it's so successful.
Exactly.
I love anime. I love manga. I have it playing in the background. Some stuff I can't ever share, but hey, it's there for everyone.
I'm with you. And it's kind of funny though that I will say this about like the shelves. When you go to say like a Barnes and Noble, and they organize the manga stuff really nicely, and then you go look at like the Western graphic novels, it's just a mess. It's just, it helps that the way they the way they print them, though, the manga books are all like the same size with the same kind of spines, and you know what I mean. So it shelves very nicely.
Yeah, but they do it in such a way that it's just characters. They're fictional characters. They're supposed to be drawn extra special or extra weird or extra over sexualized. Not because it's supposed to be sexualized, it's because they have the freedom to use the pencil the way they see or want to deliver the character. That's it. It's not about needs massive boobs, needs no clothes. Oh, maybe we'll give her a napkin. That's not what they go on when they do this stuff. I really don't think that's the
these are stories about extraordinary people. So shouldn't they look extraordinary as well? It's escapism, and people have forgotten that. And now you're seeing like so many of the characters in the big two. They're just like they're just making them look too ordinary. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, the whole idea was to make it something that you can fantasize about, and they're turning it into the same. It's sort of like when movies started getting depressing. And I told somebody, I said, it's not that they're not good films. It's just that's not why I go to a fucking movie.
No, they go for a movie for this.
I go to escape. I mean, movies in particular and comics both really grew during what special period in our American history was the Depression.
Mm-hmm.
It gave them something to escape their fucking lives. And today, with depression at an all-time high, it seems to me you'd want to make things more special rather than making it so fucking ordinary.
Exactly. It's the thing with James Bond. Every man wants to be him, and every woman wants to be with him, and they've taken that away.
See, but somehow that's become bad now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like freedom of thought, freedom of character. It now has to fall under this kind of not censorship, but strict guidelines, because it's like they're trying to say, if you're going to go after us, you got to go after them, because I want at least us all to have the fair, same type of boring character model, and you should guys just deal with it. I remember the controversy with Mizuki-chan. Like, this is a great representation right here, because it's literally the same thing. They were coming after her because they said she looked too young, even though she's an adult or she's of age, and they were just because her boobs were too big. They were saying that it's in the mid-2020, the premiere of the anime. Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. Saw a worrying number of social media users accused the highly stylized depiction of the series' spectacular main character. Saw a worrying amount of social users accuse everyone.
What they're doing is big boob shaming.
Yeah,
yes. But they've been doing that for the last 3 or 4 years now. Oh, yeah. Look at Space Jam 2. Right? Look what they did.
Yeah, they made the bunny tiny tit.
Little bunny, yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, it's like, leave them alone. They're fictional characters. It's not like they're coming off the paper and we're like, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be so ashamed because my boobs are bigger because someone drew them there. It's like, you grow up.
Well, and they use that whole male gaze thing,
I love the male gaze.
Perpetuating the male gaze, and like, just stop it. You said characters, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, you said you had something you wanted to share. Like, is there anything else you wanted to add to this?
Well, I have to go get it. I wanted to show you. I've noticed. I just read one of the recent issues of Batman, and I saw something in the house ads that were.
Oh, sure, go for it.
Me as odd. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, bring us back up on the screen.
Okay. Is that better?
I like looking at you guys, even your fucking cartoon that I drew.
Well, he was drooling. I know you drew this. Yes, Gary drew this picture. He's very great. Hello, Martin Acosta. I do see you. Buttcrack, I know you want boobs. You have enough in your pants already.
¿Qué tal, Martin?
But yeah, I think they should draw them how they want, and I don't think we're gonna get into the next one soon, because this one is gonna blow Gary away. You've already seen it, Keith, but.
They're paying attention. Look what they're doing to some of their characters.
Yeah, they are paying attention. They're trying to make it.
And now they're going to try to, jump on the bandwagon. They're like, oh, well, that's the style that sells. So let's turn all our characters into that style.
Good. Then do that. I like those. Actually look
that way, but if they don't stay true to the characters, what difference does it make?
Yeah, that is true. But at the same time, you can't keep just blaming one thing if you're not willing to adapt. And I think that's the problem here. I think that's the biggest problem. No adaptation. Yeah. They just want to blame someone else and go, well, you should buy my stuff anyways because we're right and you're wrong. And it's like that's not how you get ahead.
They are right and I am wrong, and I will. Yeah. I'll eat shit now. No, No, they're making huge mistakes left.
It's kind of funny too, because I want to bring up the Captain America quickly too. Oh wait, that's too big. Hold on, my bad. They bitch about that, but then they do something like this, right?
Exactly.
And it's like, you guys not see where your priorities lie? You're complaining about another. I like how Gary's tongue's sticking out, holding in the rage. But it's like you guys are bitching about what is it? The whole manga industry being over sexualizing women and saying because young people read it, whatever. But yet this is okay.
Yeah, ironically created by 2 Native American men who do they even know like the Kickapoos were like one of the few tribes that ever considered themselves American citizens, and they put a captain and they put the stars and stripes all over the guy.
Like a little way too much. That's really crazy.
Oh yeah, if you scroll way down, the whole character, the actual design.
I saw it and I was like, God. What did you do?
Like at least that doesn't look half bad. At least it's serviceable and it looks like he can actually battle somebody in that outfit. But if you go all the way down,
oh yeah, whoever does these drawings is garbage.
That's one of the co-creators.
Joe Gomez is just, or David Cutler.
Joe Gomez is the character.
Yeah, it's just that artist is terrible.
I'm with you. I said that on our stream the other night that one of the biggest problems I see at the big 2 right now is they're hiring substandard talent. Like, they're
when your prerequisite is to be woke, what do you expect?
That's the problem with both companies.
Oh shit, Kate's here.
And you start making that your prerequisite for hiring, and both companies are suffering big time because of that. You're not hiring due to real talent anymore. You're hiring, at least in the case of DC, they kept all these people, new people that had barely any experience. They went out and found a lot of these people because they were cheap.
Yes,
well,
they're cheap and they say the right things. And
well, yeah, but the big thing was they went after these people thinking, oh well, we can totally compete with the manga out there.
What scares me is who is this design here? And we already know this is Railroad Boy. Yeah, what was this one? Like that was the one in the back of the motorcycle. This is the one that's terrifying. Is this going to be like Hooker Captain America?
Cheerleader Captain America.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, Cheer America. Great. We our guest has finally arrived. I think his Kraken finally got parallel parked. So let's bring him in. Like the man, the myth, the Mario brother in Secret Question, Vinny.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Hello, Vinny.
Sorry for being late. Like I said, man, I had some shit I had to take care of. Oh man.
No problem.
How's everyone doing today?
Excellent. You?
Oh, we're doing great.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh wait, sorry. Let's put him in the front because he's the guest. Hi, Vinny.
Hey, Fat Steven. How's your shake?
It's usually shaking every time I stand up.
Oh, nice. Keep going.
Thank
I'm
you.
almost there.
No.
Steven in charge today because we moved out of our house, so I'm on my mobile tether, and I'm not sure how long I'll be here or what.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I needed somebody that I trust to run the show for me.
Well, then, since you don't know how about your time is, this is technically your show. You set this up. You take the floor and you tell me what to do, what links you want up, and you interview your guest.
Yep.
Go for it.
No. You're in charge.
No. I'm in charge of the stream. You're in charge of the guest. I've already embarrassed myself enough on the lunch table, so it's your turn, sir. Oh, you prick!
Gary, do you have moving fatigue or something? Oh, he just ditched out.
Oh, he just ditched out. He just did that literally. Okay. So, Vinny, how's it going? How's your indie project coming? What have you been doing lately? How many projects? Let's get into it.
I've done 5 already that have been all fulfilled, delivered, one of which was a hardcover. I was Through the Woods. Shadow the Kraken is actually number 6. And I'm looking to get that done by the end of the year. So, yeah, I've been very, very busy. Still running back and forth to the post office, doing lots of stuff, man. Helping out people, teaching on my YouTube channel, teaching people how to draw, doing live streams. You name it, I've been doing it.
So I'm going to bring up your Through the Woods real quickly, if that's okay. Bam, and that's it, isn't it? And welcome back, Gary. Thank you for literally triggering my panic anxiety. Thank you, and thank you, Cam.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Really? You didn't do it on purpose?
No.
That was perfect
Although
timing.
it would have been funny if I had.
It was perfect timing.
With perfect timing.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce Vinny, Keith, and Gary. This is Vinny.
Me?
Hi,
Hey.
how you doing?
But you want to tell us about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, guys.
No, I was just going to ask Vinny. So, seeing as how this is your first time with us, exactly how did you get into all of this? I mean, is it something that you were doing straight out of the womb, or is this just something that you've always wanted to do? I mean, how did you get to be a part of all of what you're doing right now?
Well, I was drawing as a kid. I was a caretaker for a couple of relatives, and over the years, I just kept honing my skills, helping out family, and then doing art because I've always loved art. From there, actually, like straight out of high school, I started working for Todd McFarlane. So I was doing design work for his toy company for a couple of years. After that, went freelance. I worked just in a number of different places. Some stuff still in toys, other things in film, just kind of everywhere. But I kept coming back to comics. I did covers for Hack and Slash, through Image, through what was it, Devil's Due. A bunch of different places. I did a series of covers for Blue Water Entertainment. After that, I just wanted to do my own thing because I almost got hired to work on Spider-Man 2 weeks before my contract was signed. The EIC at the time, he screwed me out of the job, put one of his friends on instead. Later on, this guy also traced over my sample artwork and put it into his book. I mean, like really shitty. Yeah. Really shitty stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I'm not kidding you. And it's been a series of things like that. These so-called professionals acting way less than professional. I've got horror stories like you wouldn't believe from gigantic names in the business. I was just tired of all this shit. And every time I was doing conventions, I basically had like lines are all around my table all the time. And people, oh, what are you working on? What are you working on? I said, I'm working on my stuff. Here are my books. Here are prints. Here are things that I've been doing. Like, well, how do you have such a fan base around you? I said, because I'm good to people. I'm not phony like these assholes. Because that's what I've seen a number of times. They'll talk shit as soon as somebody walks away from the table. They make fun of them. They do all these nasty things. And I'm like, what the hell, man? I've been a fan all my life. I'm a creator. I know how it is, Mm-hmm. And for them to be treating anyone like that really pissed me off. So that's why I kept doing completely indie stuff. And yeah, man, getting into the Comicsgate side of things, and doing these campaigns was awesome, fantastic. People are the ones who are respectful. I'm respectful right back. If anyone causes drama, fights, any of this weird shit, I block them or remove them. I don't need any of that crap. I work too hard,
Yeah.
That's the way you got to do it, man. That's the way you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Respect for respect.
One second.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do apologize. Since Gary moved, he'll be dropping in and out because he's running off a tether on his phone. So he's not trying to avoid you. I think he's just trying to avoid me. So it's not you. It's definitely me. I'm going to take that blame right now. But yeah, I've had the pleasure legalized dueling. What Bean says, that'd be great. So either pistols or swords would work great at dawn. I agree with that one. You have the picture down the middle. That's my Spider-Man. But what did you? I never got to ask you. What were the characters you were working on when you're going through like the mainstream comics? Like, what were you doing? Was Spider-Man one of them? I can't really remember.
No, I was actually supposed to have that Spider-Man gig. I was supposed to work with Mark Miller. Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to be on that project. But yeah, like I said, it's just been a number of different things from a number of different places. Hack and Slash was the one that was really getting a lot of notoriety at the time. They even used my artwork. Like they blew it up to like 20 feet high, and they were using it as their their billboard or one of their billboards there for Image Comics for the convention scene.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was nuts. The other ones like I was getting a lot of attention for were the ones for that Blue Water company because they were doing like celebrity type books. And they were all over the media. Like I had interviews on CNN, MSNBC, because they were like the political stuff back when Obama was running, and it was before everyone was really, really sick in the head. But after that, it was like
only partially sick in the head.
They were just a little sick. Yeah. Now it's everyone's full-fledged.
Oh God,
effing crazy. But yeah, no, I did like the Beatles cover. It was called the Beatles Experience. They reprinted all the older stories. I think it was either Grant Morrison, or who's the other guy? The guy was using a pen name when he wrote these original stories in the 70s and the 80s, and they recollected them and reissued them. And I had a cover that was on there that I think you could still find it on Amazon.
I got to quickly slide in a bad joke. I'm sorry, White Keith. I'm going to move you to the bottom so the other Keith doesn't feel oppressed. There you go.
That's okay. I'll be the bottom bit.
All right. But yeah, like I'm sorry. I know that was uncalled for. I tried to make it as non-cringe as possible. Hello, Natasha. We see you in the chat. What other ones have you done? I know. Okay, so Spider-Man was the one I got mixed up. What other characters have you worked with? You said you were working for Todd McFarlane. What were you doing? Because that's pretty crazy.
I was a lead designer at his toy company.
Shit.
Wow.
I was designing full lines of figures.
Which line? Because I will bring those up. That Spawn figures?
Spawn figures, yeah. I did the Dark Age ones.
No way. I love those.
Yeah, I did the entire line, including the horse. There was a box set with the horse and another Spawn on top of it. Although I had a fight with the guy who was running the studio at the time as well. Because I'm like, all this armor you're putting, you want me to design in this horse is stupid. I said, because they were trying to find these old photos.
Is that it?
And yeah, that one. We stripped a lot of it down because he had like little booties around his feet. I'm like, dude, this looks stupid. You know? I was fighting with these idiots. But yeah, no, that's a re-release of this figure. They changed them because they repurposed the horse and that Spawn only part of that was used.
Gary says I worked for Blue Water as well.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you, man.
Oh,
that company sucked.
And we see Red Gaze in the chat. Hello, Red Gaze. Cam has a question for you. I will try to update that later. If one of the mods has his channel link, or Vinny wants to drop his YouTube in the private chat, I will try to get that out there for you guys. It'll be in the description later. It was kind of last minute, but he does have an. Do you have a channel or an Indiegogo going at the moment?
Yes, I have both. Hold on, I'm putting the YouTube in the private chat.
Thank you.
And let me grab my my Shadow of the Kraken. That's the one that's currently going on right now.
Oh yes, and that's Big Boobs and Pirates with a little bit of mystery in between with mythology, right?
There's going to be some supernatural elements in the pirate story. It's something I wanted to kind of keep as a surprise, but more people kept asking me and alluding to it. People saw some stuff and they're like, "Oh, what's going on here?" So I just the easy answer is there is some supernatural elements, but there is a lot of historical accuracies that are going to be in that story and and the rest of the series too.
That's sick, man. Like I saw some of the Dark Age stuff and like, dude, they were great. Like that's the only place you can get like the figures you wanted. Like He-Man was great, but these things were the darker kind of He-Man if you like that kind of stuff. You know? I'd always want to see Spawn Medieval go against He-Man and see who would win that fight.
Oh yeah. Well, this Dark Age / kind of Viking line that I did, they had two versions of them because at the time KB Toys was still around, and we had done a version we had two versions for them. So like if we had the Angel, the female in the line, she was like a Valkyrie. I had like these wings off the side of her head, and then like the alternate one. No, these are older. These are something else. This it might be Dark Age Line 2 or Series 2.
All right, Dark Age. Series 2?
Yeah, because they kept changing the names of them even while we were working there.
Wow.
That's Walt. These aren't it. This is probably it. Here, is that it?
No. Hold on. Let me see if I can find them myself.
I am so unprepared. I'm sorry. I have a question. While you're doing that,
We both are.
I have a question. Do you think you can make an articulate figure of this?
I'll take the
Me? No.
I'll
You
put one on
sure?
the shelf and leave
It
one
comes
in the
with-
box.
Stop poking my butt. Gary.
We can have two ball joints, one by the neck and one by his waist,
Thank you. I'm glad you think I'm beautiful, Terry.
so you can hula hoop.
What the hell? It's like Bash the Fat Guy Day. But
What are
Keith,
you talking about?
I think Keith has a question because I know he's a huge lover of everything when it comes to pop culture. So go ahead. Yeah? Let it rip.
Which Keith are you talking about again?
Well, I'm not doing this game right now.
Okay, if you go real quick, if you go to Google and you type in Dark Age Vikings, all those figures pop up there.
I get porn, I'm gonna be very upset because I don't want people knowing what I look at.
Not again.
Not again, no, no.
Dope.
Oh shit! Wait, it keeps bringing me to Amazon. I don't want to dox myself. What the hell? I'm doing it very slowly. Walmart. No.
Oh.
I was talking to the to Gotham.
Oh,
Kid.
every
If you had any questions? Yeah.
Every time you click it, it's just taking you straight to a store instead of just showing you the figure.
I think this is the one. I could be wrong. I think people just showed up to laugh at how boomerang I'm doing right now. So thank you.
I can copy and paste it.
I hope I got it because otherwise I'm gonna need a beer and the fridge is about. Is that it?
Yeah, these are them.
Yeah, that
Wow.
took 4 searches.
Yeah.
So which one? You designed pretty much all of these,
All of them. Yeah.
dude.
Oh my god. These are
Oh, dude, you designed some of my childhood. Where I was like, I don't have an allowance to afford this, but this is the. Oh,
Yeah.
hold
this
on. Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite? You got to tell us.
My favorite is the I had, well, there's 3 of them basically. The hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, you keep scrolling and I'm missing it.
I'm sorry.
They don't have the other version of it. So there's the main Spawn. You could he's next to the dude with the shield on the second row there.
This dude.
All right, the one next to him with the skull face. They kept saying they thought that this was the Spawn in the figure. In the line, and it wasn't. This was the villain, and we had 2 versions. So the one right underneath it, he's got the gold shield with the face on it.
Wow.
Like
this dude.
Yeah, the 2 of them. Yeah, the 2 of those were the same figure. Although they were the different versions of them. So they had a brand new head and a new paint job. But yeah, he's supposed to. His main head was the one that had the skull with the pincers on it. He was not the Spawn. And the thing is, even Todd messed it up. And the original design made it on a comic book cover this past year when he broke the record, 300 issue, I think 301. And yeah, they drew my design onto the cover, which was pretty cool.
I think Memes is trying to ask if your Kraken comic is going to be like the Pirates of Darkwater.
No, it's not. It's something different. It's like I said, it's going to have more accuracies to how the pirates were, but then yeah, I'm going to be taking it to a different place. I mean, you're going to have to get the book to find out where I'm going, but there is a lot of cool stuff happening. I got to keep things more mysterious with the big surprises because it leads up into these things. And if I say it, people will be like, "Oh, okay. Oh, wow."
Thank you for designing a lovely ginger.
Thanks, man. Yeah, this was the second head. The main one is the one where she had the teal dress on, and she has wings coming off the side of her head. She's on the top row. Yeah, that one.
I like the ginger better. But yes, those are great. Dude, did you do the face too? Like you did the whole figure, right? You do the whole
I designed the whole figure. This one was supposed to be topless and just have the giant cross across her tits. And then they said that KB was getting upset, so we had to design a shirt on her.
Wow.
That sucks. Does the shirt come off though?
It does, but there's nothing really there. Like it's pinned in.
Oh damn!
Like there's little bumps, but it was nothing really.
When you were just when you were younger, what were some of your influences growing up as far as the types of artists that you really got into?
Well, I like Todd a lot. But John Buscema, that guy was an absolute legend. I love all of his stuff. But the second I found Frank Frazetta. Man, that's the man right there. He's like my major influence is Frank Frazetta. I'm dropping the Google search in there. This was the Spawn I was talking about. This is the one that's actually the main figure in the line. If this thing works properly, I don't know.
Oh my god, dude! You have like a little style I'm like the Army of Darkness. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
It has a big feel of Army of Darkness. I'll put this up for the chat in a second. I'm sorry I'm going so slow. It's my fat fingers and the
awesome.
Crisco.
I was also a hand model for Todd as well for the figures. How to put the batteries in and the bigger figures and stuff. The ones that had the sound motion. If you actually got the Ash figure that was 18 inches, my hands are in the instruction manual.
Wow.
But yeah.
Dude, I never knew. I wish I knew about this, man. Sick.
Yeah, this thing is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite that I did over there.
It should be, man. That thing is beautifully grotesque.
And his helmet was supposed to come off, and China screwed up, and they put a gigantic pin into the top of his head. But a skilled person could remove the head, and if you cut off the pin and fill it in, like it could still work properly.
Nice.
But yeah.
I'm gonna open up to the panel if they have any questions for you, because I don't want to talk over anyone, but I'm just gonna drool on this for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. And I did the Tortured Souls 2 line, the Clive Barker ones. I was responsible for why that line even got made. Because Todd was done with it. He didn't want to pay the license anymore because Clive Barker really had no input whatsoever in those figures. Little known fact, because they said he wrote the stories that came with those figures. No, he didn't. I know he didn't. I know one of the people who wrote the story, and it was not Clive Barker. But because I had a really sick drawing, because I heard he was on the fence about it, and then he was deciding to say no, and he was going to actually visit the studio that week. So I went, all right, I'm just going to do this drawing. And it was really sick and twisted. I had this guy almost crucified, but more of it was like a U-shaped thing. And he's missing a leg. His intestines are all it's like his whole chest was opened up, and you could see his guts, all this. I really went off on it.
Wow.
Metal contraptions, holding him up. Todd walked by and goes, I could say the F-bomb here, right?
I don't fucking care.
Okay. He goes, you got some really sick fucks working here. Let's do it. So that drawing alone got him to say yes. And then I designed the whole line, but only 3 of them were used. Because again, I don't know why they kept going to KB Toys. There's other places he could have went to, but they were too scared of some of the stuff that we were coming up with. And in fact, that main figure, they ended up putting a mask on him and covering up his torso in packaging. So if you bought him, you'd have to open him up to see what he looked like underneath. Yeah, there was one guy I had him hooked in the throat, and he had this contraption on his back that I had to engineer how it folded up and folded back down. Because it was this giant kind of stand or step for the character, so he could be hanging himself, or he could stand on his own feet. So yeah, it was kind of weird. And then the female of the line, basically I did a demented looking angel, but instead of a halo, I had a buzzsaw through half of her head. And for the wings, I peeled the skin back and put them on these metal kind of contraptions to make it look like she had wings, but they weren't. They were her skin.
Zach 7 has a question for you, Vinny. When did you when did you know you could turn this into a career? Do you prefer designing figures or making comics? That's actually a good question.
See, the one thing that's cool about it is seeing your drawings come to life with the figure kind of way of doing stuff. But I really prefer telling stories. comics is the thing for me, man. I love drawing. I love telling stories and coming up with all different stuff. Because I have things that are in the horror element. I have things that are futuristic and a little bit superhero-ish. I have just a number of different stories and different genres, stuff that I've been working on a little bit at a time here and there. I have another project that's like the pencils are halfway done on it, but it's not going to be the next book I do because everyone wants City of Venus 2. So I'm going to be working on City of Venus 2. So like I have all these different ways of doing things. The pirate story, I've been in development for 3 years on this one. While I've been running these 5 campaigns, I've been working out the story on this, making the world feel more lived in, because I want people, when they open up my books, to be taken to a different place entirely. Total escapism, total entertainment, and just, I as a kid, I was picking up books and I would get lost in the story. That's what I want people to do with my stories, with my books. So, comics, to answer your question. Yes, comics.
So basically, a lot of stuff like Midnight Suns would be a big influence on you, or Frankenstein from I just dropped the name of the person who did that whole thing. That would be
Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah, Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Stuff like that. I mean, because you could tell Bernie, he put so much detail into his work and everything he was doing. It's creators like that. It's go above and beyond. Especially for the format that we're doing now. I'm approaching this stuff as if they're European formats. That's why Through the Woods is a bigger book. It's hardcover. It's like what is it? About 8.5 inches to 11.5, something like that. Hardcover, 100 pages. Yeah, I went above and beyond on that one since it was my 5th campaign in less than 2 years. So I wanted to give something special to the fans. I asked them first, while I was doing it, and I said, yeah, all right, I could crunch numbers and come this close to it. If you guys help me get it over, we'll do hardcover. And they absolutely jumped all over it. And they pushed me over, and that's fantastic. This one, I'm going to keep it more. It's going to be perfect bound, 50 pages. If I hit my stretch goals, as we're getting closer towards that fulfillment, and I'll know whether or not I'll be able to do it. But if I start getting a lot of support on this, I'll definitely add the extra 10 to 15 pages and bring this up to like 60 or 65 pages.
I have a serious question I would ask you, though.
Yeah.
Does your books contain a high level of misogyny and sexualized women that I can enjoy, like Power Girl?
Yes, there's plenty of sexiness in this book.
God.
Yeah. You can see it on all my campaigns, brother. On this one, I literally have pirate wenches. I'm painting those pages now, and they look amazing.
You have a compliment from Cam saying, Vinny, everything you're saying is music to my, I think he means ears. I don't know what hears. Hears.
Awesome.
Wait, there you go. To my ears. Yes, thank you for the correction.
Yeah, you are the type of guy who's definitely got to have a completely dedicated fan base, and one can see why. I mean, you just give the people what they want, and it's kind of rare to find someone like yourself that's willing to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I told you, I grew up being a fan of everything, life is a pain in the ass. So when it comes to everything else, shouldn't we have fun in what we're creating, what we're doing, what we're reading, we're seeing, I take out all that bullshit. I don't need agendas. I don't care. I'm telling good stories. I've been a fan of pirates since I was a kid. I love all that kind of stuff. Treasure Island, you name it. All that stuff is great. But they always skip over the important details. There was extreme violence back then. Deaths, ship battles, lots of stuff, and I even have, there's going to be some of the slave trades going to be in this book, but it's just, it's background stuff. Or when I get to the side characters and I start to talk about them, that's when I'll get into it a little bit more. But I'm not pushing an agenda. I'm literally talking about history. They keep omitting that, and it drives me insane, because that is one of the main driving factors of why there was so much fighting in the Caribbean at that time. That was big business. And like they were even famous pirates with the research I've been doing nonstop. Blackbeard, if he came across a ship that had them, he would free them all because he believed that men should be free. Everyone should be free. But then at the same time, as he was losing his mind later on, he ended up selling half of his own crew back to in the North Carolinas there. He was selling them back. And it's like, well, why would he do it? Again, he's a pirate. They're scumbags as well. So there's these elements of some people wanted absolute freedom. Other people, they would do their own business and dirty dealings. So like I'm having all these elements that are kind of being in there. But then I have, again, the twist, even the skull that you see on that cover, that plays a pivotal part in the overall story of the series. There is a map that's carved into that skull. It's also coded. So if you just find it, you can't just go, oh, X marks the spot. There's other stuff going on in this story, and it's going to lead to other things, not just treasures, and that's the cool thing about this, and to have more fun with it. Black Sails was one of the few series that I was like, holy crap, they got pirates down in the right way.
I have yet to see that. I feel kind of bad.
Yeah, it was actually a prequel to Treasure Island.
Yeah,
and it's a very adult version of it all. I give it like 4.5 stars out of 5 for sure. I thought they did a great job.
And I think Michael Bay was one of the producers. So
yeah, he's better as a producer, I think, than a director.
Yeah, yes.
Right? That's what I've been saying.
100%. I'm also a fan of Pirates, but the Pittsburgh Pirates they're not very good. But
thank you, Keith, for coming out and playing the game. That was great. Thank you.
Vinny, just looking at this stuff, I'm friends with the Hanson brothers from the movie Slapshot, and all I can hear is them in my head going, "Old time comics, eh?" It's
nice. Todd made figures of those.
Yes, I have them. They're great. Yeah.
Yeah. So. It was a little bit before I think I got there.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question, and I hope I don't take it the wrong way. But when you're designing a comic, do you design it on the way also? Do you insert yourself as one of the characters, or try to put a personality of yours into one character or many characters when you're designing an actual story, as well as like people in general, because they're all different personalities? So do you try to adapt yourself and different personalities of parts of you, or do you just focus yourself as one character? Not from the immortality aspect, but how you would interact if you were actually in that setting.
Well, since I'm writing these characters, I'm trying to find their voice, So if I came up with a character that, in her case, she is a little more feisty. She's, I try to think of overall characters and what they're going to be doing in the story and how they're going to kind of interact with the other characters. So this one has like that fight or flight kind of thing in her as well. Most of these characters are fighting for their own survival, and if they could help out others, they're going to do it. So there's a bit of a Robin Hood kind of element to them, but you're also going to see there's other things that are motivating them or have them, changing their mind on certain things. Because the other part of this story, like my main character, Nathaniel James Callan, that dude goes from being part of the Royal Navy into becoming a pirate, and you'll find out why. Because he is pushed over the edge. The people he were with, they went rogue, and they're still working in the name of the crown, but they're doing acts that are worse than what pirates would be doing. And this has happened too in history. So like he kind of reaches his breaking point, and it's a very violent scene. You'll see it in this first issue of why he changes, but then he kind of has his own code, and over time he starts to break his code. And it's could he get back to what he originally wanted to do? Or is he going to be, pulled in further from the treasure, bloodlust, you name it, because now it's a different world he's living in and what he's fighting to do to survive and to grow his thing,
Well,
before we go, sorry, Keith, go ahead.
No. I was just going to pay him another compliment. This is just gorgeous. I mean,
thank you,
flat
man.
out gorgeous. And what you're saying and the way you're delivering it, I mean, wow. Is all I can say. This is the kind of stuff that we're missing. I mean, real balls to the wall type comic book adventure storytelling.
Oh, absolutely, my friend. This is what I'm talking about. For what we're doing and what we're creating, there's no one over my shoulder going, don't do this, don't do that. No, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to tell a great story. I'm going to put in whatever I want.
Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. I'm over your shoulder now. I'm over your shoulder now. Don't do this. That's that.
You son of a bitch. But even the villain in this book, like the dude you see there with his eye kind of wrapped up.
Deathstroke? Sorry.
I
keep seeing Deathstroke.
Well, he's a very nasty individual, and he does have his own motives. He's pulling the strings from the shadows, but he's not afraid to get his hands dirty, and you're going to see it in this book as well. Towards the end, you're going to see a big reveal on him, because I'll slowly get into this guy's backstory. But I want people to be questioning and like, you know, who is he? What is he doing? Why is he pursuing the main characters? Like, you know, you're going to find out everything. And I want to take people on one hell of a ride with this, you know, because it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger.
I want to quickly say thank you to Mags, who just added to my waistline $5, contributing to the Keep Fat Stephen Fat and Happy. You people are trying to kill me. Thank you very much, Mags. And with that, you get this. I dance in silence, but I'm always happy. I like how the fat shaming brought 3 more people into the live stream. What is this? What is this?
I think it's on the secret to your success.
But like Vinny, I've loved talking to you before, man. And I like, dude, your art's great. It's very you. It's not like it's something else. You are very articulate with making it your own style. And I'm sorry about the Deathstroke comment, but that's what I see. I see like a pirate stroke. You know what I mean? He has that feel like he's not going to take any shit, but he's not going to care about any of the F's you're going to try to give him later on. And I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, he's a very tough character. His crew are, they're another very violent bunch. But yeah, like I said, man, I want to take people on this great journey, and I take it as a compliment. There's another compliment. Plenty of backstory. See.
Wait, backstory. Was that an ass joke, or are you making me fat joke? What?
No,
backstory. The
joke.
ass joke. I thought you were making ass joke. Oh my god, I need to stop thinking I'm fat. But that's an ass, bro. That's something you can bounce a quarter off of. Over this, it would bounce a doubloon off of for this one. I guess. Yeah,
that's right. Pieces of 8.
Now, I know you're very proud of your project, but how do you handle your YouTube channel? What do you do with your YouTube channel so people can come over there, sub to you? Like, how do you handle that one?
Yeah, well, I've been doing like these little kind of entertainment stories. Like they're between 5 and 10 minutes. If I hear something, or whatever, I'll kind of make up a little. Well, not make up a thing. I'll put up a video, tell people what's going on. You know, try to drop news fast if I hear it before anyone else. But aside from that, what I'm really doing is I'm teaching people how to draw on my channel. I have master classes. Those videos, I try to keep them around 20 minutes to a half hour. I was going to start doing more live streams like at the end of the week regarding like whatever I'm kind of teaching earlier in the week. That got a little bit monkey wrench when I started getting more people on, and it just became like a friend hangout. But I showcase creators all the time. Other people who have great projects. Tonight I'm doing one of those. So Red Gaze is going to be on. Jason from Unhinged will be showcasing their projects. Stuff like that. We try to have a good time, you know, because I want people to be a little bit more aware of the other creators and other projects. But, you know, and show everyone, like, we are having a good time. We could chat. We could hang out. You know, the chat is pretty much like the living columns section in the back of the old like Marvel and DC books. You know, except it's more instant. You know, they ask a question, we can answer it right away. You know, there's communication there, and we have a good time.
That's awesome. Kate says, I've watched a few of the tutorials. I wish I was that good. My old stuff is horrible. LOL.
Well, that's what I'm trying to give people a little bit more to chew on, because I've heard a few people go, wow, Vinny, you're teaching classes that no one else has done. Like I broke down like the kneecap. Someone asked if I could do a tutorial on knees. So I showed like proper anatomy. If you took the skin off, what it would look like. You know, I'm trying to break down certain things in certain ways, but I also want to teach people how to do the storytelling elements. So I have one on composition. You know, I want to do layouts, perspective. I want to start to do a little bit more. I need to get more pages done on my project before I could dive even further into some of those topics and conversations, because they are going to be a little bit more in depth. So I need to, you know, plan it out more properly so people could understand, you know, like Raven there, like, you know, some things are going to be more complicated. So I'm trying to approach it where someone who's a novice or they're a little bit rusty, how they could kind of ease into it and learn a proper way. Then there's the people who know what they're doing, but maybe just want to brush up, try to do it, you know, as entertaining for them as well, so they get something out of it. So I'm kind of like, you know.
It sounds like you're also planning out your future to also just, when you want to, become like your own kind of art teacher and help younger artists get their foot out the door. And that's pretty cool. It sounds like you have a back plan set up.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to do different stuff. I mean, I also want to get into the toy thing again, because I am still a collector and stuff. And, you know, I want to start doing toy reviews. Tommy from the Guinea Pig Collective, him and I are going to start doing a show together. But I want to start, you know, breaking down things as well, because from what's been going on, like Todd's been making toys again. He's been doing the stuff with, he's got the DC license. Yeah. So if I give my input on some of these things, I'll pick up a couple of them, go over them. Yeah. See, like stuff like that.
Bizarro last night. Yeah.
Yeah. I picked up the Green Lantern, John Stewart. That figure looks amazing.
Oh, John Stewart looks great. Yep.
Yeah. Like they're really going above and beyond. But it's like, if people want to hear my input on stuff, so I'll give a review, maybe break down the articulation and what people think about it and how maybe that could have even been improved. You know, there's also like the 1/6 scale stuff, like Hot Toys or the third party figures. Like I want to start getting into a little bit more, so that way maybe I could get another audience to look at what we're doing, what we're creating, because all of this is under the same umbrella, you know. And like, eventually I'd like to see my characters become statues and toys and stuff too. Hell yeah. I mean, isn't that the ultimate goal?
Can. Sorry, that's not a figure.
Yeah, look at all that great stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because all of us, I mean, we're pretty much into the same kind of things. That's why we're here. We love comics. We love these characters, and seeing them in 3D is even cooler. Dude, I forgot to tell you too how I even became the lead designer at McFarlane Toys.
No, go ahead, man.
When I got there, I was just going to help them out with like a few designs here and there, and maybe even get into the sculpting section. I was doing some painting. I painted some figures as well. But I literally took out of the trash, they had a video game license, Onimusha 2. This was a samurai video game. And I went, I was like, why is this in the trash? And one of the two brothers who ran that division in there goes, yeah, we did our samurais. I'm like, do you know how much the first game pulled in? Because at the time it like broke records for PlayStation. And when I told him, the guy was like choking on his food. He was eating lunch. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. I said, this is the sequel? Holy crap. They go, oh, well, you should have seen what they sent us originally. And it looked like it was thicker than a Bible, the information they sent. This one was like a folder, maybe 1/4 of an inch high. Because like the guy was a huge fan of McFarlane's, and he wanted these toys made, and they passed on them. But he still gave it one last shot with the sequel. And I went, well, I'm a big fan of this stuff. So like I know the poses of the characters, and I was into the kind of the Japanese culture as well. So they go, if you want to do some designs. So I did. Todd agreed upon it. He loved the designs. Figures got sculpted. And they pulled in like $1 million each for him. And, you know, between that time, like they liked my attitude and what I did and how professional I was about all this stuff. And they kept giving me other lines of figures to work on and design. And it just kept going from there. So yeah, I was like calling the shots when it came to these figures and what was going on. And Todd had final say in what he wanted. And, you know, it was interesting. It was interesting how they worked there. And even the sculptors, it was very rare if you had one sculptor do an entire figure by himself. They would kind of break up a figure and have people do different pieces of detail all over them. So it's like someone had like shoes and legs, and someone else had like the arms, someone had the chest and the face. And then, you know, they try to put extra little details in there.
Kate has a question for you, Vinny. What do you think of 3D printed figures?
When I was there, they just had started using it. Gentle Giant was the only company they were doing it, and McFarlane started doing it with some of the likenesses. So when they got like the Metallica license, they had them come in and they used those same programs, the Gentle Giant one, and they did the real scan over the faces. At the time, it wasn't good enough where if you had facial hair or a lot of long hair or something, they would tell you either to shave or to put your hair in a bun or something tight, and they would resculpt that later because the computers couldn't handle it. Now things are so sophisticated that, you know, you could pretty much have a 3D model and print it out at home if you have your own 3D printer. So yeah, I like in between all that, I never really got into the 3D side of things. I know a lot of people who have. But yeah, if they could do it and it looks great, why not?
Yeah, that's how they're getting the more accurate face sculpts these days. I mean, some of them are astonishing, but then I still see a couple, like some of the Star Wars, they don't look that great. It's weird.
Yeah, because they're also using that printed technology with the paint.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, because that they're digitally putting the paint applications on like the Black Series.
Yeah,
the Star Wars ones. So some of them look amazing, others look a little bit off.
Yeah,
and it's like if it's crooked or if the eyes are a little higher or lower. Yeah, it's crazy.
it is. It's funny because I got to Carl Weathers' Grief Karga, and it doesn't quite look like Carl Weathers, but then you see like what's his name, Giancarlo Esposito's character looks perfect. You know, he looks perfect.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in hand yet, but I did pick up a Christopher Lee, and I thought he looked fantastic.
Yeah, I have Mace Windu. He looks great too. It's
Nice.
weird how some look good and some don't. I don't think I've ever quite gotten Mark Hamill's face right.
Do you know what I would love to see? You guys have seen like the Mexican knockoffs, right? They look really bad, and they just use the art from like weird movie posters, like a Darth Vader's, or they have the Justice League, and it has Spider-Man in it with Iron Man and Batman. I would like to see someone take those and actually make articulate figures parroting those knockoffs. And I think those would be sellers because those are becoming popular on a lot of channels.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, it was the He-Man figures. They had like the Mexican knockoffs. Well, they'll take the molds and they use the bodies, and then they give them like animal heads in different parts.
There you go.
Or that.
There you go.
Or that. Holy hell.
That is the Tila from the new Kevin Smith. That was a great segue, Vinny. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That series that's coming out, and that is Tila's body on the left, which I put Prince Adam's head on from the latest series back in the day. So it's a dude.
If you want to laugh, we got some more deep cuts here. Do you know the He-Man line when they first tried to revive it?
Yeah.
The guys who helped design all that stuff used to work for McFarlane. They went over to Mattel. They were called the Four Horsemen. And these guys, they did those the figures looked absolutely amazing because I got to see them before I left McFarlane because these guys had a choice. They could have moved anywhere they wanted in the country, and they decided to move a block and a half away from McFarlane's design studio just to break those guys' balls. The two brothers who ran that studio were two dickheads. Todd hated going there. We only saw him like via the camera or if he came in for Toy Fair. Other than that, those guys were hilarious. But they had like a warehouse. They rented off like 2 floors, and that's where they were doing their sculpting and all their molding and painting, you name it. And I became friends with those guys, and I got to see all those figures before they came out. And they had what they call the 2-ups, so they were double the size of a regular figure. I'm telling you, the first thing you see when you open the door was like Beastman all hunched over, all the detail in him, the colors. It's like him, Skeletor, Trapjaw. You wanted to just take them off the shelf and run away with them. They look so damn good. But yeah, it's a shame that the cartoon wasn't as good as it should have been. But yeah, so there's an extra connection between He-Man, McFarlane, and all that.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna look at the panel. If the panel has any questions, go ahead.
I would ask if you could go and do another next generation for any other toy line outside of He-Man, what would you pick and what would you do with it?
Wow, that is some question. I don't know. As a kid, I was a huge fan of Thundercats and Silverhawks.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Silverhawks, since Thundercats, I think that what's the name of that company? They've been releasing new ones, 7 something. What the hell's the name of the company? But they're doing them more accurate to the original cartoon, which it's cool to see. But Silverhawks, no one's touched those, and I thought those designs look fantastic. That might be pretty cool,
Is it Toy Shiz by chance? Or Super 7 Thundercats?
Super 7.
Yeah, I've seen those. I'll pull those up in a sec. Oh, dude, they do look like the original. Oh my god. Keith, take over. Both Keiths take over. I'm gonna be shopping.
Well, Vinny, given how talented you are, if I were to pick something for you to redo as a to take another go at a particular toy line, I would have you do something called the real Star Trek. Redesign Kirk, Spock, and all those characters. None of this sequel stuff, no Next Generation, none of that stuff. I mean, real Star Trek. Make the Klingons real dangerous, and do the Romulans real dangerous in the style that you would like.
That'd be cool.
And just turn space.
Sorry.
What?
This is the first time I'm seeing the full figure. She's got pants. I'm like, oh my god, sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I think that would be perfect for you. To have a chance to redesign the classic or real Star Trek figures.
I love that idea.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That could work, yeah, man. Because I would get more horrific with those villain characters, and these other
you have the right touch to be able to take the Klingons to the next level.
That's what
to be able to take.
Keith, you gotta go near the mic and do like you do Cavill. Be like, you got the right touch.
You got the right touch. to do something grand with the Klingons, with the Romulans, definitely with the Gorn. I would love to see a redesign that you would do with the Gorn.
And the Folians, like stuff.
Whoa, what was that?
That would be really awesome because they're basically conceptual.
We know what Steven gets excited over.
Yeah. I do that just for the ladies because everyone likes Cavill. No, I get excited when I see Neil deGrasse Tyson in a codpiece.
Oh, shit.
And then there's Keith, and we got that like a throbbing star.
But yeah, if they ever come back to sanity, at Viacom CBS, you should definitely be the guy to approach them about doing that because that would sell. I think everybody in the chat would love to take home one of your redesigns of Star Trek. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, especially since Star Trek toys have not sold anything in 12 years or so.
No, since
the reboot, when they tried.
There is a company I know that I think they did a Picard from Next Generation.
I saw that.
Yeah, something that's coming out soon, but it's like the 1/6 scale, so the 12-inch figures.
Yeah.
There's also the data from I think it's First Contact. Is that First Contact with the sideshow with the half human stuff? That looks phenomenal as well. But Keith nailed it. You should take your take on Star Trek, especially if you have all that background knowledge. You could literally fix Kurtzman Trek and fix the Klingon's forehead.
Well, it would have to be after Kurtzman has left.
Yeah.
But you could bring back classic Star Trek in a heartbeat with a really nice line of redesigned toys that would just take that to the next level in your style. I mean, that would...
Yeah, especially those aliens. You're right, Keith. That would be awesome.
Well, the Gorn. Yeah, the Gorn are incredible. But you brought the Super Seven out. Well, they already did the Horda. Star Wars, I think, ripped off the Horda, didn't they? It was Geode After Dark or something. The one with the that was the rock. I put the boobs, the bra, and the lingerie with the chisel and the jackhammer.
That's hilarious.
But
there was one figure I wish I was pushing for them to make it, and just they didn't have the sack to do it. It was one of the Tortured Souls where I had two girls that were sewn together, facing each other. That thing was sick. The sculptors were so eager to do it too because it's just the design I did for it. They absolutely fell in love with it, and they just kept going no. And I had to do different variations, and then I made like a joke version. I cut two people in half and sewed them together at like the waist, and like a dog on all fours. Like it was so stupid, and I'm like, and that one almost got approved. I'm like, are you kidding me? Of all the stupid shit, but
awesome.
But the thing was, they repurposed one of my figures, and they turned it into the Dorothy on the Twisted McFarlane Fairy Tales line.
Oh,
So-
I remember that figure.
Yeah, she had her arms like bound behind her back, and she had like the mask on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I think it's in my basement. A friend of mine had to. He's out of space. He brought a whole bunch of his toys over, and they're in my basement. I think that's in there.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that one they made 6 inches, and they also made a 12-inch version. But yeah, that was like, I guess, my official last figure that got released. They geared it a little more towards the Wizard of Oz kind of thing, but it was essentially one of the Tortured Souls, and they just modified it a bit.
Zach, why? Why would you say that? Oh God, I gotta put this up. Maybe you can gender swap Kirk. Why? That just killed my whole erection. Right?
That Chitara looks great.
It does.
That's the first time I'm seeing this one.
Wow.
The one they did before Thundercats Roar, I think that was the kind of like had like that weird kind of anime style too. It was actually not that bad, and I actually liked that one. For He-Man I was talking about, but and Thundercats too. The anime one was out. Those were the last time, and Roar failed, and I'm hoping Revelations doesn't fail because they have 2 cartoons coming out, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think there's one for younger and one for the more adult to I need to see violence generation.
Okay.
You're a jerk, Dax, but I love you.
Because I know the comic books they continued after the original series was done, and they had like Lion-O was pulled into the Book of Omens, and he was training for years. And when he came out, like Wily Kid and Wily Cat were adults, but everything the world got destroyed. Mumra, I think, had one of the 2 cats as like his slave. I believe they killed Bengali, and like Panthro's nunchucks were wrapped around his skeleton, like around the throat. They went very dark with it. It was pretty damn cool. But yeah, so I don't know what this new cartoon is going to be, if it's a continuation or not.
CJ actually contradicts Zach's with the only right reason to gender swap the characters for a porno. I am not looking at internet history, sir. But you were right. I'm glad you poked out these Super 7s because this is great. You must remember those old books. Remember when you used to get like the Thundercats, Transformers, or like the He-Man books, right? But they would have great art, and it would be like a 2-page like poster, right? But they would have slots, and you'd have to go out and buy the sticker packs and put the stickers on each page, and they would match up, and they would be scenes in those pages. And like this is what's bringing memories back because my brother used to have one. I stole it from him. Who cares? He's not going to find me. And I'm just still missing stickers, but I was like, what happened in between now and then that we don't even get stuff like that anymore?
I know, dude. Like, the little comics that used to come with the He-Man figures too. Like there was a lot of cool stuff they were doing and playing around with, but it's stuff that I think a lot of us really, we grew up on and we want to see again. Why do you think like those G.I. Joe figures, you could never even find them on the pegs in the stores, because they finally made them 6 inches, articulated, comes with loads of accessories. Those are the things people like. That's what they enjoyed, Yeah, man, it's crazy. I didn't realize how many they made already. Holy crap.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow.
Dude, that looks amazing.
Oh, dude, whoever is doing there and doing each hairline, like I'm not grabbing his crotch. That's not why the hand is there. I think if I can, one of you can make this thing that'll flip you off, Keith. When you do that, it'll just turn into the middle finger backwards and just.
See, and this style too that they're doing, like I'd be curious. I haven't talked to those guys in forever, the ones who used to work for McFarlane, because this was kind of the similar style that they were doing on their He-Man figures. Yeah, and I am curious if they have any hand in this, because I don't know who Super 7 is. Like I've been out of that side of the toy world for a very long time, but they're definitely in the same kind of vein as them.
I don't know if they actually make them, but like I know they re-released the retros not too long ago, and I remember this guy with I don't remember his face, looking like he's constipated, but
yeah,
or like he's asleep with eyeliner. But yeah, I remember the battle there.
Yeah, the retros are slightly off. There's just something
they are.
About them.
Yeah,
their heads are not squishy. They don't have enough of the. They literally had muscle lines, and they actually made the arms look muscly and veiny, right?
Did they lose the molds, or did they lose the, I don't know, the whatever the prints or whatever you put into, like how do they?
Well,
can they not just reproduce what they did 30 years ago? I don't get that.
Well, they had I know they had the original molds for a few of them. A lot of them got destroyed. This is back when they were still working on, because they had the idea of bringing back the original figures as well. They had it from, we're talking close to 20 years ago. And I'm like, oh, really? You're going to be doing that? They're like, yeah, we want to try to. And I know like they released like those, it was like Mattel's collector's editions or something. And they were releasing like the different figures, like one at a time, like, you know, every 6 months or so. And I know that they had the original molds, and that's what they were working off of. And yeah, so I mean, that's why this retro line, I don't know if they're still involved or not.
It's almost like they wanted to, they reproduced it. The bodies look almost the same, but it's the faces that don't look right.
Yeah, and the legs are too short, as CJ said. I agree with
short.
that. It looks like they just ripped them off the Oompa Loompa from Charlie's Factory and stuck them on He-Man. It's really weird. But I had a question to ask. Does anyone on the panel or in the chat have any questions for Vinny? Like, just ask away. And I think that'd be cool, eh? You cool with that, Vinny?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Questions for you?
For sure. Hey, like, hold on. I'm gonna send you something here too.
Oh, I don't want another dick pic, bro. My folder's full.
No, a Google one. There's a Google dick pic.
You Googled your own dick pic? What the fuck?
No, not my dick pic. This is a big black guy. This guy's 14 inches, I heard. No. This is the Trapjaw figure I was talking about. This thing, they had to do a different paint job, and they had to tweak it a little bit before they put it into production. But the original, the 2-up of this guy looked absolutely insane. He looked like a statue with the level of detail that they put in.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Wow. Right? Jeez.
Those are the ones that those guys were doing, and this is what they redesigned. And not all of them made it to the cartoon the same way that they designed them. But, yeah. So you guys weren't familiar with this?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Because you act like it's the first time you're seeing it.
It is the first time I've seen it at all. I don't remember them. No, if I wish I did.
They must have had like really limited releases or something. I don't remember seeing those.
It was when they first did the they were trying to bring back He-Man. I think it was like 2003-ish.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. So yeah, it's the very first time, because they were everywhere. They were all over Toys R Us, KB, all those places. It was a gigantic deal. And yeah, these were insane. I'm gonna try to find this man for you, because that's another one that was just absolutely sick as a 2-up, and they did their best to try to capture it, but you know, plastic form, they did what they had to do with it, because they did make a more beast-like copy.
All right, well, if
here's another one.
I don't want to take over the bullshit like myself. Like, if you guys have any questions, anyone in the chat has questions, go away, man. I think everyone deserves to just peg him with questions. I was trying to say that without sounding dirty.
Well, look, I got another idea. Have you ever heard of the pulp hero, the Phantom?
Yeah, that's a good one.
The dude is
that would be perfect for you to design a new line of toys or redesign the Phantom and the Sang Brotherhood, and because it mixes superheroes with pirates, and that is pretty much right up your alley, man.
You know,
literally, I think a company's doing that right now. I saw the what the hell was it? It was Phantom, Flash Gordon, like that. They had a cartoon as well back then. Yeah, I forgot the name of the cartoon.
You know, Keith, you just gave me an idea. You know, I'm co-producing a documentary about Charlton Comics, and the Charlton Action Hero line would be great. You know, like the Question and Blue Beetle and Peacemaker, and like.
If you still need somebody to help out or comment on that one, I'm your guy. I would love to talk about Charlton Comics, but he's right though. You're right, Keith. Vinny, that would. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man.
Pat S has a question. Ask Vinny if he thinks he could take McFarlane in a fist fight one-on-one.
Oh, I know he could. I met him afterwards. Though. Yeah, he's not a big guy.
Let's set it up as a pay-per-view event to finance your next project.
Yeah, but we were cool. I had no problems with him. Even afterwards, like he was still thanking me and stuff, because he knows I made him a whole lot of money.
Oh, that's cool. So
as long as you're getting Christmas cards from him, that's great.
No, I'm not getting Christmas cards. I've met him at shows afterwards too, in other places, and yeah, like, he's like, he remembered me by name and everything, and you know, he's a nice person, but his work Todd is different than convention scene Todd and what you see on social media. It's not the same Todd.
That's awesome, man. I didn't know you were. I must have forgotten, but like you did character molds. Damn, can you make a Fat Steven mold now? I really just want a Fat Steven mold now. I just want. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be really articulate. It can just be like a bowl of snack packs.
No, I think you're a little bit confused. I literally I hand drew. I came up with all the designs. I didn't do the sculpting on them.
Can you draw me some confidence then, and someone else can sculpt?
I could draw some confidence.
All right, yeah, that works too. That the other way works.
I think they should make like a Stretch Armstrong Fat Steven. You know.
Oh God damn it, man! Do you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna like wrap me around poles or tie me to 2 different vehicles and pull me apart.
Put you in the microwave.
Why would you put me in the microwave? The corn syrup will get all ruined. You sick bastard!
Yeah. Sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, you're right. I'm not.
I hope your bacon burns.
Jeez.
But I'm gonna go to the chat quickly. Like, you've been awesome so far. If you're needing some concept art, how would one go about finding someone to do that? If you're needing some concept sprites for a video game.
What was that? Sorry,
it's okay. I no one listens to me. It's all good. Keith doesn't listen to me either. He just makes fun of me.
I listen to you.
Not you, the other one. The mean one.
Well, I mean, I think any design would pretty much be like, you know, any other design. Do your front, your back, your side. You know, do your turnarounds of the character. I don't know shit about the sprites in the video games. I don't know how they create them, how they make them, but I would assume if you need a design, you know, come up with just a regular drawing and stuff like that.
Stop putting me on the spot. That is a sick Skeletor. I don't like the red though, but like that's wicked.
That's a repainted one. That's one where, but you could see him clearly. I couldn't find a good shot.
He says he says he has the concept, but he can't draw. So you're looking for someone to take the concepts, put them to paper, so you can put them into a character 3D sprite later on. Is that what you're saying,
gotcha.
Redneck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of different artists and stuff that you know, you could hit them up for it. Right now, I'm not doing many commissions. I'm literally, it's just like a, you know, whatever's like attached to like my campaigns. I'm trying to focus everything on those. So I'm turning away a lot of that stuff. The only other work I've been doing in regards to the comic book stuff and designs, I've been like covers and pinups for other people who they need it on their campaigns, and you know, they're paying me well. But
so are you planning on hitting the convention scene hard when they start coming back?
Not really, to be honest. I don't know. I got to see what's going to.
I know.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know. I've been doing better with the crowdfunding stuff and the other work that I've been doing. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And if we have to do like the passport shit or whatever nonsense, like I'm not looking to get the prick. Like, no, thank you.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, then I got a serious question then, and I think this can go for everyone on the panel. Who is your most favorite He-Man and Thundercat character?
Most favorite is?
Yes, most favorite is. Let's go with bad English now, Keith. Let's just do it right now.
Well, Panther and Lion-O were like two of my favorites for sure. He-Man wise, I did like Trapjaw a lot. I thought that, you know, he's just a cool looking character, totally different. I don't know.
Hard question.
Yeah, Trapjaw was definitely one of them. I like designs of certain characters, but they kind of sucked in the cartoon as well.
That's no lie. It's like sneakers. When you go to buy a pair of sneakers, they got a great color, and then they got some weird logo on. You're like, what? Who threw up on my spaghetti?
Well, Filmation is pretty notorious for just rubber stamping everything, and you know, it was very low budget, and you know.
Zax has a question though. Vinny, what would it take for you to work for Marvel or DC?
A whole lot of money.
Forget anatomy.
I can't like big breasts. The woman has to look like a plank of wood. I have to deal with my editor sleeping on the desk.
Forget how to lay out a story.
Oh, I would pull that prima donna shit that a lot of those other big names have done. I'd be like, well, if I'm working for you, this is the amount of money I want per issue. There's going to be no final say from any of you people in there. It's going to be all me. I'm not going to have any input from your editors. Yeah, I'd have very, very specific stipulations. And I could draw tits as big as I want to.
You want to bend his contract so you can.
Essentially, yeah.
God, he's wrecked everything.
I think it would be something that you might consider if Robert Kirkman ends up buying out DC and moving forward with it versus the people running it right now. So
was that a rumor or
heavily rumored?
Okay, because I wasn't 100% certain on that of what's really going on.
Keith, there's something like 5 millionaires, right? 5 multimillionaires with Kirkman.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a group of investors, and they want to buy
and
in charge.
I think the minimum to be considered is $300 million.
Right.
And I think Kirkman could easily come up with that himself.
I thought I heard that the rumor was that the group of investors have double what the minimum is.
Yeah. Well, the Kirkman really wants it.
Yeah.
And he could solve all those problems once he takes over, because the people that are currently running things will not be there when Kirkman takes over. They are gone.
I've been saying it for the longest time. They have to clean house. He's had his problems with Marvel too when he worked for them. You know, Quesada is one of the major factors. He's the dick who ripped me off. You know, took name credit for a design of a statue as well. Like, he's done so many horrible things. Yeah, dude, that guy's he's evil through and through. And he's one of the reasons why everything went down the shitter. One of the major factors. And he kept putting blame on other people. Like, there were other fall guys. That's why he kept staying there, and he was kissing the right ass. Yeah, it's demented. Absolutely demented.
I have a second question then. If you are going to be a professional ass kisser, what shade of lipstick do you recommend?
I don't know. You'd have to ask one of them.
Well, okay. Oh, no, I'm wondering, what was he? Did you see which one he was wearing before you got out of there?
No.
Oh, damn. I'm still trying to find the ass kiss red everyone keeps talking about.
I'm sure it was brown because he went that far up.
Whoa!
Oh my God!
Oh.
How far did he go? All I know is I could touch his tonsils with the edge of my nose. It was really that bad.
Oh yeah, he's still there. Because I knew even when I went to go do my interviews and stuff at Marvel, he was hated. He wasn't even there. They pushed him over to the Toy Biz side of it because Toy Biz and them were still connected. Yeah, they didn't want him being involved in any of the books.
Six actually found out the color. It's sandstone pink glow. How do you know this?
She knows everything.
She does. She also wanted to tell us that she got the prick. Congratulations, I think. I hope there's a stream later on. Oh man, but like
phrasing.
Phrasing. Well, the whole stream is phrasing. What are you talking about?
Oh, so basically, you would consider it if Robert Kirkman took over DC Comics.
Yes, yeah, I would consider it for sure. I do like what he's been doing. His books have been pretty damn cool too. Yeah, he's a good creator. He's the guy who got Todd back into comics because there was this book called Haunt that the two of them worked on with Greg Capullo. Mm-hmm. They pulled him in as well. Because Todd was talking about it, and he was in the crowd, and he goes, "What would it take for you to come back into comics?" And Todd goes, "Well, if you work with me, if you help write it, I'll do it." He goes, "Fine, let's do it." And and that series, at least the first 12 issues until Capullo left, because when Capullo left, I think they all left. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. I liked it, but it was kind of carbon copy of, like, it had the Venom kind of stuff to it going on.
Yeah.
Because it was like the ghost of his brother was like a symbiote suit on top of him.
Well, that stuff's been going on. I mean, you go back to New Gods and Marvel and DC, Eternals, New Gods. Like, so it's all this. Borrowing ideas from each other. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, he drew it like it was like either Venom's costume or the same.
Yeah, like the same similar powers and type of shit that was going on.
You know, if you were to go back to DC and if you were to work under Kirkman, what would be the title that you would ask to do? And just before you answer, let me just say, personally, I see you as working on Dead Man.
I would work on Batman. I've been a diehard Batman fan. My father knew Bob Kane. He used to cut his hair. Yeah, no, my connections to Batman go real deep. Yeah, it would definitely be Batman, and I would make him the detective. I wouldn't have him as whatever the fuck they've been doing. No, I'd take him back to his roots. I'd make him a proper character again.
I wanted to bring something up that I think when Keith was talking about Star Trek, have you ever thought about designing figures of all the redheads that have been swapped and bringing them back under your own design? No, I'm not joking now. There's so much like we're seeing here with the ginger side. Have you ever thought about bringing back those strong, feminine, powerful gingers that they seem to be slowly taking away and designing your own characters and see if anyone actually wants to bring them as a line?
We wants the redhead.
I love the redhead.
Well, there's a few redheads in my pirate book.
I know.
So everybody go support that. Oh, real quick too, for everyone who doesn't know, City of Venus, my 2 art books that are 52 pages each, and Through the Woods, those are all available right now. So if you order them, I ship them out same day or next day. The pirate book is the only one I'm still working on at the moment, and looking to get that fulfilled by the end of the year. So if you're curious to see what my stories are like and my storytelling, you could definitely snatch those up. Yeah, those 4 on the bottom. So the 2 art books are connected with the City of Venus campaign. So yeah, if you want hot chicks, futuristic story, yeah. And the very next book I'm doing after the pirate book is done and fulfilled is going to be the sequel to this one.
I thank you for giving them booty shorts. I don't know what it is about booty shorts. I'm waiting for booty shorts and the leg highs, and I'll wait for that pirate to pop up in my mind because I'm just being toxic right now. I don't care. I really
You're
don't care.
You're a man with good taste.
I like people who can draw a character. They don't have to look overly sexualized, but they can look attractive, because that's the thing people forget. Like the way things are going with people complaining. Mm-hmm. Strong feminine characters are going to have that type of sexy body, with either with muscles, flat tone. You want to know why? Because 90% of the time, I think I said this before, they're saving humanity. They're protecting their team if they're in a team. They're defending against evil or whatever is going on. And that is also working out at the same time. That and all the training they do. That's why they have the bodies like this. They're not just drawn like this and like, now you're sexy. You have powers because you're sexy. It's not that. I've seen the pictures of Faith. I don't know how she's sitting on a phone line and not bending it.
That's not the superhero you wanted? No, I agree with you,
serving me a Big Mac. Yeah, that's what I wanted to be served. That's what I wanted. Her serving me a Big Mac, because she'd be stuck in that alcove at the drive-thru. We're not able to get out that window. That's what I want.
Dude, I agree with you, because you could have that sexiness. You could be more subtle about it. You don't have to have things crammed down everyone's throat either. Yeah, there is definitely a way of going about it, because the ones that are just doing gratuitous, like just tit shots or crotch shots, and yeah, like, it becomes too juvenile, and it's taken away from the focus and the story of the book. You could have sexiness in there, like you said. You could have hot stuff going on. Yeah, so it's funny. You circled the crotch. I was doing a stream. I was doing a stream with another creator, Alejandro, who's Columns of Creation, and he happens to be a gay guy. And he's looking at the campaign. He said the same thing. He goes, "You draw beautiful women, but." He goes, let's not forget, you draw amazing men as well. He goes, look at this. This guy he's handsome, he's strong. That's a leading man. He goes, to him, it was sexy. He enjoyed it. And it's not too in your face. It's not too over the top. These characters are supposed to be that. They're supposed to be heroic. They're supposed to be sexy, believable. I don't know what the fuck the mainstream's been doing. I don't know what any of these people have been doing, but it drives me crazy.
These are stories of fantasy about extraordinary people.
Yeah.
Right. There are people that live in extraordinary circumstance. They should look extraordinary. That's just the way it's always been to me since I was, a little kid reading comics.
I agree, man. 100%.
But they seem to have forgotten that these days. The whiners and the complainers, and they want everybody to look average. But we're not talking about average people here. Peter Parker is not average.
No.
Well, and that's the thing with these people. Like, they don't know anything about these characters anymore. The people that they're pulling in are, again, they're coming from these schools. They've been given these agendas, and that's what they want to push. They want to push some kind of stupid narrative and brainwash people. No, get back to the characters. Tell a proper story. You know, and if you can't do it, create something new.
And
Why
there's,
do we,
there's
Huh?
a way, just the original Star Trek was masterful at it. You can still make sociological statements
Yeah.
cleverly inside the context of your story. But right now, it's just they're hitting us in the head with a ball-peen hammer.
They are.
This is how you should think, and this is what we're trying to tell you. It's
because
basically-
so ham-fisted.
Yeah, because Marvel is they're owned by Disney. You know, they have, again, it's political shit. All that stuff's connected, and they've been told an agenda to do. You know, there's lots of money that's involved in between all these parties, and that's what they're pushing, and that's why you're seeing it everywhere. And people are going to fall off. The movies are going to fall off. These shows have been falling off. I know there's been a ton of people that are canceling their subscriptions to Disney Plus. You know, they are down by millions. You know, in this quarter. Again, there's reasons for it. Like, stop doing this. No one wants to see it. No one cares. I live in a state where they opened up everything. There's a reason why they're doing it, and people are flooding down here. You know, it's become so overcrowded already because people want their freedom. They don't want this bullshit anymore.
And the media avoids to talk about that.
Vinny, do you like Olivia's work? Says Rowan Ginger Raven.
Which Olivia are we talking about? The pinup artist?
I'm guessing.
If it's the pinup artist, yeah, I was a fan of her work. Yeah, she did some good stuff.
100%.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's very talented. Yeah, and I was friends with a couple of the models she actually worked with. So yeah, I've been around. I know a lot of people. Oh, that's awesome. The other thing too. Yeah, if you guys want to see, I forgot completely. I have a couple of celebrities that have been on my channel as well. Serena Vincent from Power Rangers.
What?
Yeah, she's been in a number of horror movies and stuff. I had one of the actors from Pirates of the Caribbean, Lee Ehrenberg. I've had, if you're a fan of Cowboy Bebop, Bo Billingsley. He played Jet Black on Cowboy Bebop. I had some pretty cool people on. So if you want to check out those interviews and streams, we had great conversations. And yeah, those people are all good friends.
That's awesome, dude. So cook us up with the Power Rangers, because I wouldn't mind us having a Mighty Morphin hour. You know, I'm just kidding.
She's a cool person.
A lot of them are. Like, I would love to get Tommy on just once. Like, I've seen the way he handles cons. He's very outgoing. He loves skydiving. Ords has went to the same skydiving place he does, and it was pretty cool. So the Tommy would be great. Like the White Ranger, everyone knows the White Ranger, but the Green Ranger, everyone relates to. And that's yes, Cowboy Bebop. Yes, please, says Zax. Thank you for not for a weird question. Is there anything else? We're almost seeing the 140 mark. If anyone else has questions wants to discuss, let's do it now, or we can wrap up. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I got to get going pretty soon myself. So yeah, if they have any questions, answer them now, or come over to my channel tonight at 9:00.
Pat, we'll put that link in there for you when your stream link is ready. Pat asks another weird question: Did you get Jet Black to eat a whole bunch of hard-boiled eggs?
No. We hung out a few times, and we've had really great conversations. So I asked him, like, would you want to come over? He's like, Vinny, you're a friend, absolutely. And yeah, we had a pretty killer conversation.
Kate says, I know the guy who was married to Scorpina.
Okay, cool.
Scorpina was the I think the chick from season 1 or season 2. I can't remember. Yeah.
I myself never watched Power Rangers. I was a little too old for all that.
You're never too old.
Oh, you know what else Serena did? She was the naked foreign exchange student in Not Another Teen Movie.
Wait, the parody where she gets stuck to the ceiling?
Yeah, the one that had the Captain America in it. What's his face? Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah. In that movie, if you see the naked foreign exchange student, that's Serena Vincent as well.
Hashtag.
Wow.
Down for later. Sorry. What? She says boo. What?
Boo what?
Boo what?
I don't know.
I don't know. If you want to get Disney's attention, take Benjamin Sisko from DS9. I am not reading that. No, you are not doing that to Sisko.
No.
Jeeba says I worked on that piece of shit movie.
Oh shit.
Keely Chow says I can't wait to see which female porn actors are going to be in the shadow of the Kraken porn parody.
Every stream, brother. Yeah, I told you I'll do casting couch with them. Why not?
There
Hell
you go.
yeah. We have 20 people watching. Thank you for being here. Vinny, do you want to drop your live stream? Is it set up? Do you want to share anything, promote anything besides your indie go?
Oh, yeah,
Anything that you really want to get out there?
Let me grab it. Yeah, hold on a second.
Yeah, Vinny's version of Star Trek. That's what I want to push.
Vinny Trek?
Vinnie Trek.
Vinny Trek.
Live stream.
God damn.
Share the link. Okay, where is my private chat? Paste. There you go. There's the stream for tonight. So if you guys want to jump on it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is in. I'm going to get the mods to put it in the chat. Make sure to bookmark or set a reminder. This is Vinny's live stream later today.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
porn
check
stuff.
that one out. And yeah, please subscribe to my channel. I'm very close to 800 subscribers. I could use more watch hours as well. YouTube did mess with me like 2 weeks ago. They
Messing
took
with everybody.
Yeah, they took 1,000 watch hours away from me.
1,000?
Wait.
1,000.
Wait, one thing I got to ask though, was those watch hours under the 12-month mark? Because if the way it works with watch hours, that it has to be 4,000 accrued within a 12-month period. So if those
Right,
1,000 were after, or let's say it was on the 13th, it was past the 13th month, those things automatically get nullified.
Okay. Well, maybe that was why. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
You can really tag them. I think it's YouTube Help or something on Twitter, and they'll usually get back to you if you use
Team
it.
YouTube, I think. At Team YouTube.
Yeah,
At
Team YouTube.
Yeah.
Just
All right,
subscribe, says Martin Acosta Santana.
Thanks, Martin.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Martin.
it.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so-
we need to get you up there, Vinny.
We do.
You're right at 800. You said.
Yeah, I'm like I was maybe 3 away from 800. Everyone keeps telling me. Yeah, they keep telling me when you hit 800, then it just you just get subscribers all over the place. I'm like, oh, okay, I hope so.
No.
Who's they?
Well, I guess then they were all wrong.
6. The way it works now. You need 1,000 subscribers, but you also need within a 12-month period 4,000 watch hours. So let's say you have 4,500 watch hours, but you hit into your 13th month since the account was created, and you had that 500. Let's say it was 500 hours made in that 12-month period. It'd be taken away, whatever was made in that month on the 13th period.
It's kind of like flight miles.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take the flight miles away at the end of it.
Do you want us to play your trailer before we go out?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I had one other question though about those hours and stuff. So let's say you had an older stream, let's say it's like a year and a half old or something, and people just start to watch it nonstop. Those hours aren't gonna do anything.
Those hours will come now because they're being watched recently.
Okay.
It's over the 12-month period. So let's say you had a video in January that gave you like 500 watch hours. If it's now January 2022, those 500 are now rolled over. They don't count anymore. So it's starting a fresh year. So every watch hour, depending on it's really effed up. They changed it.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
crazy.
they're somehow crying poverty, even though Google owns them and they have more money than they know what to do with. But
before we play out, supposedly Monkey Jeebus wants to know: is there bilge rats in your comic?
I'm trying to think right now. And this
I'll
issue,
give away every spoiler.
Yeah, in this issue I didn't have any yet. But yeah, they will be making an appearance. Yeah, like I said, I'm not afraid to get gritty and dirty with stuff, and that's what it should be. It's a pirate story.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at. And I take it Red Gaze did your trailer.
Yes.
Okay, shout out to the Red Gaze. We're doing another trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
I also have a variant cover over on his project.
Nice.
Ha ha ha.
Is anyone else getting a slight erection with this music?
Always.
Thank God I'm not the only weirdo.
He must work out.
Dumb and Dumber, bro.
Hell to the fucking yes.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
And there's one more request that before we wrap things up and send everyone to the parole officer. Kate wants to know if you're going to sell the Kraken flag, because she will buy that.
It might have to be on the next campaign, right? Maybe for the sequel to this book, because right now I'd have to be doing much better numbers to start to add extra merchandise. I have a tier that has I have like a beanie that has the logo on it, the skull on it. So far, that's like the only kind of merchandise material type stuff that I have in this campaign. But even like when I'm ready to fulfill, I'm gonna have to do like a last chance on it, and whoever needs it, because the only way to do it affordably is kind of doing it in bulk. So if you guys want to jump on it now, that's my best advice.
That's awesome, Vinny. Thank you for giving us your time today and answering some questions, man. This was
guys.
great. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
You've had enough
bought
fast
Vinny.
book for you. Sorry, go ahead, guys.
I would say I just bought the book.
Oh, thank
I'm
you,
a
man.
backer.
Hell yeah, dude, you rock. Thanks so much, guys.
You rock. This is good stuff.
We have one serious question out, Vinny. Do you think Keith should take his shirt off?
No. Oh, yeah.
The
other Keiths can take it.
That's up to him.
Great show. Other than that, Vinny, thank you for giving us your time. Chat, thank you for giving your time, questions, answers, and Zach's, what the hell, man? Time with everyone, man. I love all you guys. Keith, Black Keith, I'm going to use it once. And Mario, Vinny, I didn't get to say that yet. This has been great. Thank you very much.
Dude, always
join
a pleasure.
Yeah, dude, same. Remember to back his book. If you can't try it, just support him. Share out his Indiegogo. Show up on his live streams. Give him some watch hours. But make sure you do it before the next month ends. Other than that, we're going to end out. We're going to close out. And with that, all I have left to say is thank you for coming.